Today's video, it's tailored for a very special group, and it's adults over 50. Why? Because we understand that there are needs and unique challenges that come with this stage of life. So let's explore how optimizing nutrition can significantly impact your health and well-being. And we're going to talk about this because I see a lot of people who are frightened of being 50. They think that being 50 is something dangerous. They're already in the decay of life. They're already in the decay into getting old, and not necessarily. We have the chances of living more, which is lifespan, but we also have the chance of living better, which is health span. It's how well are you gonna be all those years that you have left. And if you're already over 50, you can start doing these things that I'm going to teach you right over. It doesn't matter if you're already over 50, but also if you're, 35, you wish you get until you're 50. You wish you get until you're 60 or 70 or 80, but always being healthy. The first thing that we're gonna talk about is foods that are rich in calcium and vitamin D. Now, let's discuss the importance of vitamin D. And we need to remember that and also with calcium, that it's very important for bone health, but it's important for a lot of different reasons, like the immune health. We know vitamin D, it's also a hormone. Adults over 50, these nutrients play a very pivotal role on preventing osteoporosis, in preventing fractures, in balancing muscle function. And when we reduce the risk of fractures, this is absolutely necessary, because most of the people, when they have fractures from falling, a lot of people the data shows that when they fall and they have a fracture, up to 50% of that people are going to die within the first year. Bone health, it's not just giving nutrients to the bone. Let's remember, calcium, vitamin D are absolutely necessary, but also magnesium, but also maintaining good amount of muscle health. So now let's explore sources of vitamin D and calcium, like leafy greens, fish like salmon, sardines, nuts that are very important for the amount of calcium, but also sesame. Sesame is absolutely necessary. Things like broccoli, things like almonds are absolutely great sources of vitamin D, and they're also very bioavailable. Now let's go and talk about high quality proteins. We need to remember that consuming high quality proteins, not only the quality, but also the quantity of protein. The least that a person over 50 should be consuming of protein should be 1.5 grams per day. It's also important for well-being overall. Quality of proteins are essential for adults over 50 to support overall health and also well-being, because it gives us support to all of our body. Now, we need to remember, we need to kind of dive in remembering that we need to go for good animal sources, like good lean cuts of meat. Eggs, dairy could be a good source, but also there are vegetarian options. But we need to remember that vegetarian options, they lack of the full amount of amino acids. That's why it's very important to mix them in order to get the right amount. Now let's go into healthy fats. Healthy fats is a top priority for adults over 50. We need to discover the significance of healthy fats in maintaining cardiovascular health, but also brain health, but also hormones, but also all the protein, but also all the immune system, all the cell membranes. We need to go and see that this is the importance, but where are fats? Well, good amounts of fats, we're gonna find them in good cuts of meat. We're gonna find them in olive oil. We're gonna find them in avocados. We're gonna find them in nuts and seeds. And we can also find them in things like coconut. Everyone is so afraid of saturated fat, but we need to remember that saturated fat in a good amount, it's necessary. Now let's go to antioxidants and fiber. Aging gracefully involves combating the effects of chronic disease and having a fast aging. Having chronic disease and a fast aging, free radicals play a very important role in this. Antioxidants are made for bringing balance for all of those free radicals. Where do we find antioxidant-rich foods? We're gonna find them in things like green tea, chocolate, coffee. We're going to find them in vegetables. We're going to find them in berries such as blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. They're absolutely rich in antioxidants. Let's go and talk about hydration and supplements. Staying well hydrated is especially for older adults. People forget to drink the right amount of liquid. Good hydration, it's not only by taking good amounts of water. Good hydration is taking good amounts of water, but remembering that we should take good amount of minerals on a daily basis, especially good amounts of sodium, because people are so afraid of sodium, good amount of potassium, and good amount of magnesium. So now I want to discuss everything about meal planning. Meal planning is very important. And for example, when you think of every meal having a good amount of protein, knowing which is the right amount of protein that you need in a day, and you're going to spread it out into 2 or 3 meals, whatever you're going to do and whatever you want. But this is something you need to have in your mind and you need to practice every single day. Remember, try to be practical. Have a good amount of protein, a good amount of fiber, and a good amount of healthy fats. When you have this every single meal, and when you also have in mind which is the right amount of minerals that I have to be consuming, and I'm not going to be afraid. And also you need to start meal planning, and then once you learn, it's something that you can do on a daily basis every single day without thinking all the time. When you have the right amount of protein, when you have big amount of vegetables and you add nuts and seeds, you're putting more healthy fats, you're putting some more protein, and also you're putting the right amount of fiber that you need in a day. And then you add the rest of the healthy fats, and then you can think, and which are going to be all those antioxidants or those other things that could be necessary, like adding the blueberries and adding tea and adding coffee and adding chocolate. People ask me a lot about supplements. Supplements could be a part of something necessary if you have a lack of calcium. Of course, you can bring in a supplement of calcium, but first you need to guarantee that you are taking good amounts of calcium in your diet. Do you need to take vitamin D? If your levels are low, you need to take vitamin D. If you want to activate adequately, and if you have some other symptoms of magnesium deficiency, because most of the people don't take the right amounts of magnesium in their diet, of course you can take a magnesium supplement. If you think that you don't get the right amount of protein in every single day and you want to bring in a protein in a powder, it's perfect, but you don't have to. Always look that it's a good source, that it's a good amount of protein, that it's a good protein. And these are the things that you need to be focusing on. Something else, do you need to take any other antioxidant? You might. Please talk to your physician if you want to take resveratrol, if you want to take green tea, if you want to take quercetin, if you want to take bromelain. Talk to your physician. Maybe you need them, maybe you don't. When we start aging, we are aging since we're born. We need to take focus in our diet, in our habits, because they are the main foundation for our health. Tailoring that, making meals specific, knowing that this is crucial, but also making this absolutely enjoyable, it's part of the things that I think that are more necessary for us to address. For me, the call to action for you, it's that when you optimize your nutrition, when you make it a powerful tool for adults over 50, it's absolutely necessary. It's necessary throughout all of your life, but after 50, it's absolutely necessary due to all of the changes that are occurring in the body of a person after 50. Please remember that taking charge of your health, it's the most important thing that you can do for yourself in your life, in your health. No one is more important than what you can do for your own health. And this is the only purpose of this channel. So before we leave, thank you for watching to this video. And also please remember that the best way to support us, it's very easy. It's just to share the video with your contacts, hit the like button so more people can find this content, and also subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't done so, click the bell. So every time we make new videos, you're gonna be the first one to be notified. Thank you guys, until next one. Perdón, que ahora se me metió aquí en jardinero. Jardinero, ¿qué está pasando con la sopladora, muchachos? Lo siento mucho. A ver. Lo siento chicos por el tiempo del jardinero, pero nada que hacer.